Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alexa, and in today's video we are going to be reading books on a cruise ship. We boarded the cruise yesterday and we didn't really get up to anything because we had to unpack and do a bunch of mandatory safety stuff. So today is our first full day and we're about to head to the pool, but I wanted to show you guys all the books that I brought with me first. These two books I have been in the middle of for a while now. The first one is The Chain by Adrian McKinty, and this is my book club's pick from last month, and I did not finish it, so I'm trying to finish it up this month. I'm on page 102 out of 352 pages, and then this is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and I am on page 278 out of 428, so I should be able to finish this one up soon as well. And I also brought Firefly Ling by Kristin, and I am buddy reading this one with my mom, who is also on the cruise with me, so I'm very excited to chat with her as we read through this book. I also brought Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time to get to this one, but we will see. And I also brought Society of Lies by Lauren Ling Brown, and this is the October pick for Reese's Book Club, which I also did not have time to read last month. I kind of failed on the book clubs for October, but we're catching up, so those are all the books that I brought with me, and I think I'm going to take Firefly Lane and Society of Lies up to the pool with me. And yeah, we're gonna head to the pool. They cleaned our room while we were gone and made this little birthday cake, an elephant, out of towels, and it's maybe the cutest thing I've ever seen. Hello and welcome to day 3 of reading on the cruise ship. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of reading off of the cruise ship though, because we are in Mexico today. But I didn't really record any updates yesterday of what I was reading or how it was going, so we're going to do a little recap right now. Yesterday I finished Society of Lies by Lauren Ling Brown. This book is following two sisters that went to Princeton, but they both went during like different years. So we have two different POVs of each of the sisters from when they went to Princeton, and then we also have a POV of the older sister Maya from present day. This isn't a spoiler, but we find out in the first couple of pages that the younger sister Naomi is dead, so we're basically following her POV and figuring out what happened to her, and we're also following the older sister Maya's POV of when she was at Princeton and what her experience was like in this secret society that she was in. It is alluded to in her present day POV that some things happened that are still haunting her to this day, and we're also seeing how that intertwines with Naomi's death. And yeah, this ended up being really interesting. I honestly thought that the characters and everything that they were doing was pretty interesting. I hate in like thriller mysteries when sometimes it'll just be like, she walked around and she thought really hard about what could have happened, and it's like not actually any action happening. I feel like there was a lot of action in here and also a lot of dialogue, which I enjoy, and I feel like it was pretty fast-paced, but not so fast-paced that it was like you couldn't keep up with what was going on. And yeah, I really liked it. I'm either going to rate it 3.5 stars or 4 stars. I'm kind of leaning more towards 4 stars at the moment, but yeah. First book of the cruise complete. I think I said in a different clip that my mom and I are reading Firefly Lane together, and I haven't started it yet. So I'm thinking I might crack this one open today. I guess we'll see what I'm in the mood for because I can't really decide right now. So I'll be picking up one of these and also starting at Firefly Lane by Kristin. I don't know if I said what this one is about, but I think it's basically following two women who become friends in their childhood years, and they basically take two different life paths, and we basically just follow how their friendship changes because of the decisions that they made. Their names are Tully and Kate. And it says, for 30 years, Tully and Kate are there for each other, weathering the storms of friendship, jealousy, anger, hurt, resentment. They think they've survived it all until an unexpected betrayal tears them apart and puts their courage and friendship to the ultimate test. And I've heard that this is like a real tearjerker, so I'm interested to see how I will feel about it, and it is also a TV show on Netflix. So yeah, that is the reading agenda for the day, and we are waiting to get off of the boat right now, but until we are able to get off the boat, we're gonna go lay by the pool on the boat. And then once we get off the boat, we will probably just be by another pool that's not on a boat. So basically we're gonna be by the pool the whole day, and I will be reading the whole day. So yeah, I'll check in later with a reading update. I am back with an update on Firefly Lane. I finally started it, and I feel like I've been procrastinating starting it because it is a very thick book, and you guys know how I feel about long books. But Kristin Hannah's writing genuinely flies by. I literally blinked and I was on part 2 already, which is like 100 pages in. So yeah, in the first part, we are basically just meeting Tully and Kate and kind of establishing their backgrounds and where they come from. And then we also follow along as Tully and Kate meet for the first time and their friendship takes on a new form. So yeah, I think it's pretty much split up into parts, and each part is like a different era. I don't know if that's the right word, but the first part is Tully and Kate in the 70s. The second part seems to be Tully and Kate in the 80s. And yeah, I don't know how far into the present day it gets, but I assume that how many ever parts there are, it's just gonna be progressing 10 years per part. So yeah, we met Tully and Kate, and we kind of established their backgrounds and the types of families that they come from, and have also just been watching Tully and Kate's friendship grow and seeing them try to be there for each other through difficult life circumstances. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this book so far. And like I said, when you're reading a Kristin Hannah book, the time literally flies by. I honestly can tend to be the type of person that will be constantly checking the page number or constantly checking what time it is to see how long I've been reading. But whenever I'm reading this book, I don't do either of those things, which is a true testament to how deeply I get sucked into these books. So yeah, it's really good so far, and I'm gonna keep on reading until it is time for bed. But I'll be back tomorrow to update you guys on where I'm at and what I'm gonna be reading tomorrow. Good night! We are back on the boat, and I have made it to page 216 of Firefly Lane. It's getting so good. So I was pretty much laying out in the sun all day today reading this book, and then I came back to the room, took a shower, and put on my Oodie and took a 2-hour nap. And let me tell you, it was one of the best naps I've ever taken in my life. I have the Oodie to thank for that, so thank you so much to the Oodie for being a part of this video. I have a discount code for 15% off, which I'm going to put on the screen and in the description if anybody wants to check it out. It is the perfect cozy item, especially for reading. And even though I'm on like a warm tropical vacation, the rooms on the boat are actually so cold. So I'm very glad that I have my Oodie with me. I cannot even explain to you guys how comfortable this is. So definitely check out the link in the description if you are interested. But yeah, we are gonna continue reading this book. I can't really say too much about it because otherwise I would be spoiling the book, but I will say that we are progressing into the early adult years of Tully and Kate's life. So yeah, it's getting really interesting, and I'm very excited to see what happens next. This is our family of towel animals that we have accumulated so far. We have a, I think, manta ray on the hanger up there. And then we have an elephant on the left. We have a birthday cake. We have a cool guy wearing sunglasses and a penguin. At least I think that's what they all are. We have a gorgeous sunset tonight. I apologize for the lighting. The sun is setting right now, as I just showed you, but I wanted to update on Firefly Lane. I am pretty much halfway through at this point, I believe. I'm in part 3 right now, which is the 90s, and I did peek ahead a little bit, and there is a part 4 called the New Millennium, so it's gonna be like the early 2000s. I don't know if it goes beyond that, but I'm still enjoying it. It is slowing down like a little bit right now, but I think I just need to keep on reading and it's going to continue to get better. I also ended up reading 2 novellas today, one of which was The Situationship by Abby Jimenez. It is literally a 22-page book that is only available as an ebook. It's about the friend Maddie from Just for the Summer, if you read that book. So yeah, it's just a short story about her and it was super cute. I also listened to The Widow's Husband's Secret Lie by Freida McFadden, which is an audio-only novella, and she claims that it is a satirical novella, meaning that it's like mostly a joke and that it's just supposed to be funny. It was probably one of the worst things I have ever listened to. I think it's the worst book I have read this year. Thankfully, it's really short, so I only spent like 45 minutes listening to it because it is a roughly 3-hour audiobook, and of course, you know that I put that on at 2.5 and 3 times speed. So yeah, I got through it really quickly, but at what cost? I would not recommend it. But anyways, I'm really hoping to finish this today or tomorrow, and that will bring my grand total to 4 books technically. Hopefully I can finish this one up and bring the count up to 4. I also wanted to say that I started making a Firefly Lane playlist on Apple Music, so I'm gonna link that down below if anybody wants to check it out. It's both songs that are mentioned in the book and then also just songs that I feel like go with what's going on in the book. Also, my mom already ended up finishing this book, so I really want to finish it up so I can talk about it with her. Today we are in Ensenada, Mexico, and we are going to be getting off of the cruise. We're gonna walk around and do some shopping and probably get some lunch. So that should be fun. I'm still reading Firefly Lane, and I just read a part that was so emotional. It was in chapter 24 when Kate gives, I won't say who it is so it's not a spoiler, but Kate gives somebody the Hobbit book. I don't know why, but that just felt like such an emotional part of the book to me. It was just so wholesome. So yeah, I think I'm on page 320 now. And like I said yesterday, I'm really hoping to finish it today because we get off of the cruise ship tomorrow to go home. So I'll hopefully be getting some footage when we get off the ship to put in here to show you guys, just for fun. That's all for now, but I will see you guys later with another Firefly Lane update. All right, as you can see, I am back from my cruise, and I just wanted to do a quick recap of the books that I read while I was on my cruise. The first book that I finished on the cruise was Society of Lies by Ling Brown, and this was a really fun, secret society, thriller, mystery type of book. Would recommend it. The next book that I read was The Situationship by Abby Jimenez, and this is a super short novella book that goes along with Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. It's following the friend Maddie from Just for the Summer. This is a fun novella to read on my trip, but it was literally less than like 30 pages, so there wasn't really much content to rate in the first place. So I gave this one 3 stars. I did enjoy my time with it, but the time that I had with it was very, very short. The next book that I read, or rather listened to, was The Widow's Husband's Secret Lie by Freida McFadden. This is hands down one of the worst books that I have read this year. And don't get me wrong, I like Freida McFadden books, but this was a complete waste of time, and I do not recommend it in any circumstance. This was a 1-star book for me, unfortunately. And the final book that I read was Firefly Lane by Kristin. My mom and I buddy read this book while we were on the cruise, which was a super fun way to read it. And I really want to read more Kristin books. This book was so amazing. I think I'm gonna end up giving it 4.5 stars. This was so good, and I'm really excited to watch the show and also read the sequel, which is called Fly Away. I actually think I have it. Here it is. So yeah, those are all 4 of the books that I started and finished on my cruise. Another thank you to the Oodie for being a part of this video, and make sure to check out the link in the description as well as my discount code. And that is all for today's video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment down below letting me know anything you want to let me know. Also feel free to follow me on Instagram and make sure that you are subscribed so that you can see more videos from me in the future. I have some really exciting ones coming up that you're definitely gonna want to see, so when I say make sure you are subscribed, I mean it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. What the? What was that? Wow, that's Ling. The first book that I read was Secret of... Nope. Hey, pretzel.